Hey guys, it's Sid with SVTPerformance.com. We're up here in Dearborn, Michigan, Ford World Headquarters building. It's the Mustang Memories Car Show, but more importantly for us, it's also SVT 30th anniversary. And we've got longtime friend of the site, Mr. Mark back here.
Hey everybody.
Been on the site for probably as long as I have been.
Yeah, I'm OG. I have 93 SVT Cobra, so I've been there for a while.
Well, speaking of 93s, we've got them lined up over here. We're going to do a little walkie-talkie video and just talk about some SVT stuff from back in the day. So you have one of these.
I do. I've got two. I've got 93 Cobra and 93 Cobra R. Okay,
so this is, you can point out some of the little quirks and whatnot of it, but this is cool. We've got one of every color of 93 Cobra.
Yep.
In beautiful condition. And it looks like with some varying options on these things. This one's black cloth interior.
Yep, pretty much it looks like a pretty base vehicle.
Yep.
Even has cassette.
Yes, it does.
I don't know if it's got power seats or not.
Very nice. And then we go over to the black one.
Another black interior.
Another black interior on this one. But the teal looks like we've got a gray leather. And you know, how popular do you think each interior was? I mean, people love the black interiors now.
It's funny because it used to be. I know because I got a gray cloth interior, and back in '95, '96, I always had the poor man's Cobra, you know, and everyone wanted the leather interiors. But nowadays,
everybody would rather have that cloth now.
I think so. I think the classes wear it a little better too, right?
Yeah, I mean, the leather, it wears really well if you take really good care of it.
Yeah,
but
most people
so many of them didn't get taken good care of. Speaking of base interiors.
Yeah, this is base interior.
Yeah. So 93R, this one is fairly low mileage. I think you can see it in there. Yeah, pretty low mileage. But still all the stickers and everything on this one. And one of the cool things we learned about a year or so ago, we were down at National Parts Depot in Ocala, Florida, is SVT basically just snagged the radiator out of a diesel Lincoln.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yep. Mark 7. Yep. Exactly. So the cool thing about this one, this is actually number 93.
Oh, okay.
So it's Cobra number 93 from 93. It's kind of neat.
And if you guys were wondering what the pinnacle Mustang cost in 1993, $25,000.
And that was expensive.
That was expensive in 93. But as rare as these cars are now, we've got even more rare over here.
We do.
And I put the video up a day or so ago about this one. This I consider super rare because when's the last time you saw an SVT Contour in any kind of shape?
Yep.
And this is actually the final one produced.
It is, and it just went over 100 miles today.
Yeah.
So 103 miles
And
today.
whose fault was that? Who was
my
driving
fault.
it?
I felt so guilty about it. It was crazy.
But this is basically survivor condition. You guys just took this off the line and put it away, and you can tell it's been in storage a while. We shot it on the lift at Livernois getting a new fuel pump.
Yep.
And everything put in, but it was on a lift, so you guys didn't get a chance to see, you know, this is how they came. And I've popped the motor out of many of these things to put in a 3-liter from a Escape.
So the big question for your viewers, do we leave it the way it is, or do we clean it up, right?
I don't really think anything would be lost by just cleaning it.
Yep.
Now the question comes, how deep do you go? Yeah, you could just get the dust and everything off of it. I think that's fine. And some people are very particular about like the wax bloom on that. So I don't know. I'm not a car show person, so I don't know. Maybe put it in the comments section. What would you guys do? Would you clean all the wax bloom off and make it look super shiny, or just a good detailing?
Yep.
I would think I would lean more towards a good detailing. This is pretty standard configuration for these with the tan interior on a red car, but occasionally you do see a black one, and that blue interior, good luck finding anything in any kind of shape for one of those. The dashes are all gone in it, but it's just, you can stick your head in here and smell 23 years ago, 2000.
Yep, pretty awesome. Crazy. Amazing we kept that one.
This one, very, very special, one of one. This is the actual Ranger Lightning Bolt. I know a lot of people remember this thing, just wedged a Gen 2 Lightning engine in here. And this is my first time getting to see it under hood, really up close and inspecting, but there's So it looks like it fits in really well until you start looking at all the little changes.
You're exactly right, and that's what's so great about it. When the SV engineers did this thing, you know, they did it right? They made it look like it came from the factory, but as you start to dig into it, you'll start to see there's lots of cutting and pushing.
It's not even just that. I had 2 Rangers of this era, so I know what it's supposed to look like. That you guys kept AC and everything, but that's not how the AC HVAC box was configured. You can see the firewall's been manipulated just a bit, but check what they had to do with the exhaust to get it out of the engine bay. It goes outside the frame rails instead of inside. On both sides, they've got the headers just buried in there. But it's got a surprising amount of space in front of the engine.
It does. It actually is pretty open.
Yeah, it's not.
Pretty open engine compartment, which I guess is why a lot of people do swaps for them, right?
Yeah. But speaking of swaps,
yep.
This one, I've never seen this one in person. I knew this truck existed.
Yep.
But I miss the days when SVT could just build stuff like this. Like, hey, we have an idea. We got these parts laying around. Can we just smash some stuff together? So we got a Ranger with an Explorer front end, just your Explorer V8, and it looks like a Powerdyne blower. And I'm guessing this was probably snagged out of the catalog.
It was, yep, it's a motorsport blower.
Yeah, just a motorsport blower, and then that became SVE, SVT, Ranger.
And I think the great thing about these is that they're really aspirational, right? They're like aspirational builds that, you know, you could do this, you know, in your garage.
A lot of people did Explorer V8 swaps on it. Exactly. You know, this is more of a Mustang engine. If it was an Explorer of this era, it would have a coil pack ignition, not a distributor. But yeah, I mean, it goes right in there. It's a 2-wheel drive truck like this one. There's a little bit more massaging to do.
A little bit, yeah.
But the torsion bar setup, those trucks on 4-wheel drive, 5-liter bolts right in.
I don't know if you got a chance to look under the rear of the...
oh yeah, let's take a look.
Look at the rear meats on this thing.
Speaking of things on this one that I've noticed, you guys know I'm longtime friends with George from MGW. He made every little billet piece in this, and this goes back to the time when MGW was one of the suppliers for parts in the motorsports catalog.
Yes, they were.
So that's Mustang knobs and things like that. Mustang, well, F-150 shared this stock with Ranger, and the control knobs are the same as Mustang, so a lot of this sharing parts. But yeah, there's a story to be told back here. I mean, look at the meats on this thing. You've got the 9 3/4 out of a Lightning. It is just jammed in this truck.
Yeah,
of course, Lightning wheels,
345s,
and still no traction.
Yep, exactly.
You tried.
Driving behind this thing is pretty impressive though, because it just is crazy how big those wheels are.
Oh yeah, I'm sure. Well, I mean, how small this truck is too compared to everything that's new. Like Ford's smallest truck, the Maverick now, dwarfs this thing.
I know. It's
crazy.
pretty funny to see the two next to each other, isn't it?
Well, it's like a Fox body. You know, you see a Fox body out on the road, and like you see how small that car really is compared to everything now. This one was cool because it got the stick shift swap. Of course, I don't think you guys had a stick shift that would have survived behind this engine in this era.
Not really.
But this is making 365 horsepower. Which at the time, 1996, that was quite
good power, right? When you think about the Cobra, was making what, 305, and less than 300 foot-pounds of torque. So that's pretty stout numbers, really.
Now here's something that I noticed for the first time today on this. Is the badge. I think somebody took inspiration for the Raptor emblem on Gen 1 Raptor directly from this. I mean, everything all the way down to like the weathering of it.
I agree. Now, the thing is, and we have to ask them, but I don't know if those are original or not, but they do look very Raptor-esque, don't they? Now go straight up.
And then, of course, we got a couple of Ford GTs here. The story on this one is it's the first Heritage?
Yes.
Okay. So, these things, I wish I had bought one of these back in, what was it, 2007 or 8?
You and I both. I was close.
If you could have bought 2 or 3 of these, we could have just retired.
I know.
Because they were going for what, like 50 grand under sticker?
They were like in the 120, 130, you know, with miles.
Yeah.
Right? But
not a ton of miles.
120, 130, you know, attainable, but we all wanted them to go just a little bit lower.
Yeah, and now this car is easily in the 3s, isn't it?
Oh, this car, definitely.
Well,
This car's probably far into the 4s. Yeah. You know, well, this car does have 28,000 miles on it, so maybe a little bit less for that. But
this would be a good example of what you could do with that Contour back there. You can see this is, it's just clean.
Yeah.
You know, it's not showy or anything, but just
cleaned up.
You can clean it up.
Yep.
I don't think it would miss anything. And then this one, I noticed there's a lot of signatures on it. So you know the story with this one?
I actually don't. I think this is an individual's vehicle.
Oh, okay. Well, he went collecting, and you can see back here on the engine cover, and then back here, probably recognize a couple of those names, I would imagine.
Well, there's Bill Ford.
Yeah, well, Bill Ford.
Recognize that
We've
one
heard
for
of
sure.
him.
Yeah. No, there's a few on there for sure. Someone was obviously very busy. Right?
I know. But just check out this show. Absolutely beautiful. I love the bright Atlantic blue SN95. I think that's probably my favorite color.
Sharp, yeah.
Yeah, I've been thinking
One
about.
year only, right?
Yeah, I've been thinking about building one. There's a hardtop one on SVTP for sale that I really enjoy. But this is just a great show right here behind the headquarters building, and it goes onto the front side too, so that's pretty cool.
The judge area is in the front. So,
but really appreciate Mark taking out time to just walk us through some of this stuff, and let's just keep it going. I mean, just keep the performance stuff coming.
That's what we're here for.
Yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this, and like, share, subscribe, all that good stuff, and let us know should they clean up the SVT Contour a little bit. I just love seeing that thing. All right, guys. Hope you enjoyed this. See you next time.